Welcome back. So today we're going to do another $5 meal. Kinda. When I say I'm going to do a $5 meal, that doesn't mean everything I'm going to use in the meal altogether is $5. This means the things that I have to go buy is $5. I'm not saying that if I need, a green pepper and I already had it in the house, I didn't buy it. I mean, if it's essential to it and I have to buy it. But if we're talking about milk, flour, spices, an onion, because I have those by the bushel here, and you can make most things I make without the onion, or you can use onion powder, onion flakes. So that's what I mean when I say a $5 meal. If you had to go buy certain things, this is what it's going to have. I'm working under the assumption that most people have some very basic things in their house. Now, you may not have bread, milk, and eggs, even though those are basic things. Those are things you run out of often. But I would assume that you had just a couple of things on hand. Like tonight, one of my ingredients, you need to use milk. I can't use milk because then my grandson can't eat it. So I'm going to use some of his plant-based heavy whipping cream because it has no flavor profile. But you could do it with milk, you could do it with half and half. So let me stop chomping at the gums here and get over there and start cooking, because I think I have a pretty good one today. So let's get it, let's go. Let's save those pots, come on. All right, here we go. So one of the ingredients here today, they like you to add bacon to it. I always have some bacon grease on hand. That's what's back here in the red. It's frozen. I freeze it all the time because I don't use it that often. So when I want it, I don't want it sitting in my refrigerator for 3 years. So I freeze it. Also, what I do when I am when I am done with the bacon and I haven't maybe used it all or something, I also freeze that. That's what's in here. There's not very much left. It's just a little bit, but I thawed it out so we can use it. I hope it's thawed out. Well, mostly thawed. But those are things I'm talking about. If you had to go buy it, that's why I say mostly and kinda in words like that. But if I didn't have this bacon frozen, I would have just used the bacon grease or not at all. So I got the Alfredo broccoli. They were on sale. They were $1 each. I think they were 4 for $1, but you still got them for $1. You didn't have to do that. The pork chops back there, I paid $3.41. And you want to know why I got so lucky? Because I bought it a day ago, but it was the sell-by date was today. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6 pork chops in there for $3.41. We'll find out when I open it. I got a can of peas. I bought those again when they're on clearance, or when Walmart was having them for 50 cents a can. I stacked up. I actually have a 50-cent can of Walmart down there. I went in for the Walmart one. My hand came out with the ShopRite one. So you're going to need that. The onion, you could use onion powder, onion flake. What am I going to use from my house? That's a pantry staple, which is the milk I'm going to use. I'm going to use that in place of milk or heavy whipping cream or half and half, whatever you have. You're going to need a half a cup of flour, a tablespoon and a half of seasoned salt, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. It says 2 slices of bacon. I don't think I have that. Oh, I forgot. I need some butter. That's not out there. Heavy whipping cream. And some chicken broth. And I'm making that from the bouillon. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is chop up that onion so we can get cooking. And there's my frozen grease. All right, so I just chopped up the onion. I didn't show you because I guess everybody knows how to chop up an onion. But I do have a question. Am I the only one that's finding all these little green stems and things inside theirs? It seems like all of the onions I've been buying lately are just this side of fresh. Like they're about to go. They're sprouting legs. I don't know. All right, let's move on over to the frying pan, I think. Hold on a second. We got to check the pork chop, see what we got. There's the price on it. Boop. $3.41. And there's the date. Yeah. So, we're good. Let's see how many we got in here. I think there's 6. I don't know, though. One. Ah, boo! That'll be mine. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, that's good. That's good. There's only 5 of us anyway, so we all get a pork chop. And I wouldn't eat much more than that anyway. You can tell by looking at me, I don't eat a lot. All right, let me rinse that off and get started. All right, to this bowl, I'm going to add all of the dry ingredients that I listed off the measurements earlier. Flour, seasoning salt and pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika. I put a little extra in ours. And some dry thyme. I only have this. I don't have any thyme leaves or the chopped. I only have this powdered. All right. We're going to give that a nice mix. Okay. And we're going to dredge our pork chops in this. I'm trying to decide if I want to put them in there and just shake it or I just want to press them in. All right, so I'm going to dip it. And if you don't use all your flour, you're going to need some at the end anyway. So just off out of frame here, I have 2 tablespoons of avocado oil heating into a pan. I'm trying to get it smoking hot. And we're going to go right from this into the oil. And make sure you shake off the extra flour, because we're going to need it later for the gravy. And just shake it off. I'll meet you over at the frying pan. There's the avocado oil. I'm going to add just a little bit of this bacon grease. It's not time to add it, but I'm just going to add just a little bit because it's frozen. Raw. Try to get a piece. There we go. Okay, let me get that to temp. All right. So we're going to slide that right in there. Now you only want like 2 or 3 minutes each side because we're going to take them out and we're going to add them back to the pan after we do other things. Yeah, we don't want it fully cooked. All right, I'm going to do this in batches because I have 2 more that need to get in there. But I'm going to turn that up a little bit because I want it even hotter than that. And that's what I'm talking about right there. Just a little brown. 2 to 3 minutes each side. Boom, right there. It's starting to curl because of the fat. I'm going to cut that. Same thing to the other side and the other 2 pork chops that are in here. Those are done. I'm going to set them to the side and I'll be right back. So I'm utilizing the heat from the pan. I just wiped it out a little bit. If you were using bacon, like cooking it now would be when you would add it. I don't have it and I'm going to use what I have. Now if you have enough bacon grease, from when you put your bacon in, you can add the butter. You don't have to, but we're going to be adding onions, so I might need some. What I'm going to do here before I add the onions is I'm going to take this little bit of bacon I had in the freezer, and some of it's just a little bit still frozen, not too bad. I'm just going to do that so it gets the bacon taste. That's not too bad. It's funny, I can already smell it. All right. So I just wanted to render a little bit of the flavor out of the actual bacon and the bacon fat. I have done this also, just if an FYI, if you have bacon bits. I thought I had some. I didn't, but I had these. All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to add the onions, and we're going to cook them until they're softened. My issue is when we get to the other end, I might need a little bit more chicken broth than what the recipe calls for. One, because we like a lot of gravy, but two, because I have a big pan and it may not have enough coverage. All right, so these are softened down. I put about a teaspoon more butter in here because I feel like I needed it. All right, to this, we're going to add the some of the flour. Couple of tablespoons, and we're going to slowly add that. We're going to let it cook out. About 2 tablespoons, depending on what you're doing here. Okay. We're just going to give that a couple of minutes to cook out the flour taste. Let me just mix up this chicken broth. I got a little bit extra because I feel like my pan is way too big. We're going to add this and the milk, half and half, heavy whipping cream. And if you don't have it, it'll thicken without it. It just makes it a little more creamier. All right, you can add a little bit more of that, and we'll start adding in the heavy whipping cream. Calls for 1/4 cup. Let me just stop here and get the cream out of the refrigerator. All right, I turn that down. I forgot to start cooking the Nor Alfredo. It's all right. We'll just let this simmer. I'm adding 1/3 cup. It said 1/4 cup, but I added a little bit extra. Okay, gotta get that back to a simmer. We're gonna add the chops back in here. All right, that's getting thick. I took a little taste of that. That's quite tasty. We're gonna add these back in. I might have to add a little bit more broth, not because I need it, but because it's thickening so quickly. I don't want it to be too thick. You know what would be good in here with this? Mushrooms. I bet you mushrooms would be awesome in this. I wish I had some, because I would throw it in there just as an experiment. All right, so we're gonna let these simmer until my sides are done. And if I have to add a little more broth, I will, but I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna turn it down real low. Let it simmer, because the pork chops aren't done cooking yet. But they don't take long. They're the other white meat. All right. I'm going to cook the sides per the package instructions. All right, so I have milk, water, and butter in there. Boop. In it goes. I'm going to heat the peas up in the microwave with some salt, pepper, and some butter. All right, 7 minutes, we're eating. So these are about done. I'm going to put a little extra Parmesan cheese in there if it wants to come out. I don't know why it's so yellow. That's a weird color. All right. There we go. Got to add a little pepper to this. I'm not going to add any salt because I just added that cheese. So there we go. All right, let's get a last look at things and we're going to start plating up. All right, that's what a $5 meal is looking like in my house today. There is a lot more meat. Usually I don't make the meat the star of the show. It's the sides, but not today. All right, let's plate this up. And there's my plate. I'm going to meet you at the table.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
Dinner time! Can't wait to eat. Take a piece of your gravy. I want more gravy on mine, but I didn't want to smother it because I wanted to take a picture of it. But I got some bacon. My itty bitty knife. You might notice that Eric has rice on his plate. I thought I got like chicken flavored, and it was the Alfredo. It didn't even dawn on me that he can't have it, so I had to quick whip him up some rice. But he has a separate budget that we do for things that he can't have that we have. But let's go for it, Eric. You ready? Mm-hmm. Let's go. That's good. I got a hunk of bacon with that too. That is good. Do you like it? Don't just say because I like it.
I like it.
I want more gravy though. This would be good. Better with like plain rice or mashed potatoes, so you could get the gravy on top of things. I didn't think about that either. I was thinking about cost, not pairing. Eat it again, yes or no?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get the others fed, see what they think about it, and we'll let you know at the wrap up. Bye-bye. Dinner's over. How we do? Boom. They ate it all. That is Trey's plate that I'm putting up for him. I feel like that's a decent sized plate. Everybody got that except for Eric. He didn't get the pasta because it has milk in it, so I had to do a 90-second rice for him. But other than that, everybody ate equal amounts. And I still have, I don't know if I can show you. Nope, I can't. I have quite a bit of gravy left. Trust me on that. The kids are over there picking the bacon out of it, so I won't have long to live. Let's see what the kids thought about it. Aiden, what'd you think about dinner tonight?
It was really, really good.
What do you think I spent?
$5?
Good guess. They're starting to know the prices, guys. They're starting to figure out what I do. Tyler, what'd you think about dinner tonight?
This dinner was absolutely good. I loved it very much.
Yeah. I think that this dinner would have even been better if I had some mushrooms. It wasn't in the budget for this meal, but if I make that again, I'm putting some mushrooms in it. Let's see what Eric thinks about it. Eric, what'd you think about dinner tonight?
I really liked everything, but I liked the most the bacon on the pork chops. The pork chops were really good.
Awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I ate more than I probably should have because my stomach hurts, but I really did enjoy it. I would eat that again. I like doing these. I don't like to call them a challenge because they are my life. I am on a fixed income, but I like to do these kind of things so that I can like hone my skill, like so I can keep looking. I look for the manager specials. I've always told you guys, when I go to the grocery store, if I'm going in for eggs, I'm circling that meat counter just in case. You never know what you're gonna find, and I have found quite a few things that way. So there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. I hope you leave me a comment. See you later. Bye.